Hi, welcome to the Baer Essentials Learning Lab, where you can learn a new term every day. Today's term, as you can see on the whiteboard behind me, is the word ella. The word ella means but, or rather. Now, the word ella is a very common word. I'm going to only explain how it's used in a very specific situation, when it follows a challenge question. There are two ways to deal with the challenge question. Either you could figure out what assumption the challenge question was based on that's wrong, and then we'll answer the question. Or the challenge question can be so powerful that there's no way to answer the question. Whatever it was challenging gets knocked out, and now we'll need to replace that. When you see the word ella after a challenge question, that tells you that the challenge question was so good that there's no way to answer it. And therefore, we'll need to replace whatever was knocked out with something else. I'll give you an example from a Gemara in Maseches Makos. The Gemara says, Amar Rav Zutra bar Tuvia. Amar Rav. Rav Zutra, the son of Tuvia, said in the name of Rav, Minayin, what's the source? Le'edus miyuchedes. Edus miyuchedes means when there are two witnesses who, for example, let's say they see a crime, but they don't see each other while they're seeing the crime. One is looking out of his window from his house on one side of the street. One is looking out of his window from his house on the other side of the street. They don't see each other, but they both see the murder. So how do you know, le'edus miyuchedes shehi pasula, that such testimony is invalid? You need two witnesses to convict a criminal, but not only do you need two witnesses, according to Rav, both witnesses have to have seen each other at the time that they saw the crime. Now, how do we know that? The answer is, Shenemar, as the Pasuk says, Lo yumas al pi eid echad. It says, one will not die through the mouth, through the testimony of one witness. One witness is not sufficient to convict a criminal of capital punishment crime. So now, how does that pasuk teach us that two witnesses who don't see each other are invalid? So the Gemara explains. The Gemara says, "My echad." What did the pasuk mean when it said one? What did the pasuk mean when it said one cannot die through the testimony of one witness? Ilema, if you're going to say that it means eid echad mamish, literally one witness, if the Torah is telling us that literally one witness is not good, well, that can't be. Why not? Me'reisha sham inan la. From the beginning, we already learned it. From the beginning of the pasuk, we already know that one witness is insufficient, because the pasuk says, "Al pi shnayim edim," through the testimony of two witnesses. Now, since the pasuk says, through the testimony of two or three witnesses, one will die, the implication is clearly that one witness is insufficient. So then why did the Torah have to say that one is insufficient? Ella. So this word Ella is telling us that the question is a good one. In other words, we originally had suggested that the pasuk means one witness is not sufficient. We challenged that by saying that would be obvious from the beginning of the pasuk. So Ella says, rather, what does the pasuk really mean? My echad. What does the word echad mean in the pasuk? Echad, echad. One, meaning it means two witnesses who don't see each other. One is over here and one is over there. So in this case, we had a challenge question. The Gemara had suggested that the word echad means literally one witness. The Gemara challenged that by saying that would be unnecessary for the Torah to tell us that, as we already know from the beginning of the pasuk. And therefore the Gemara said, Ella, okay, signal that the question's a good one. We need a new answer. The word echad means two witnesses who don't see each other. So whenever you see the word Ella after a challenge question, that tells you that the challenge question was really powerful, and we're going to need to replace its target with something else.